We are in a quite critical stage in our time. We spend more than 4 hours in a row in front of a computer, sitting down. All our activities are set, all our activities are around sitting down. I did a research and I tried to see how we look like in 2050. And it really scared me.
The university launched a new arts and culture strategy about a year ago. As part of that process, we have an arts commissioning strand. So we put out a call for artists who wanted to explore the theme of urgency, and they could be working in any art form.
I felt the urge to answer to that commission because of many concerns I have about our bodies. We don't give enough importance to our physicality. The more we are aware of our physicalities, the more we be kinder to this universe in which we are. And this is a part of our ethos.
This was a proposal that really intrigued us. I knew Jumana's work already, and her choreography is absolutely fantastic. And so I knew that that was really rich, and I've always been very interested in the way that she's explored new technologies and how she wants to bring performance and digital together.
When we entered the room, it was a performance with 2 dancers, and then they put on the VR headsets and they were dancing with these headsets on, and I was particularly curious about what they were seeing and why it was making them move like this.
My interest is to bring dance to everybody and to make it accessible to everybody. The audiences start with the VR, then they see the dancers that have created an amazing work, and then they go back into the VR, where you see that there's a difference between when they went in the first time and the second time, and you see a progression.
We put on the headsets and I learned that there were these points that you had to reach and like kind of certain tasks you had to fulfill in each chapter, and there were 3 different chapters. I felt like weirdly free in a way.
It makes you feel more flow. Even though it was quite logical and abstract in a sense, it gave you like flow and movement just to relax your body and go with the dots. It was really fun because I've never done really anything like it before.
I saw long lines and I was in a shape with dots, and every time I pressed the dot I could move it. I loved the dots. I could have played with that for so long just because they were just surrounding you all the time. I love being able to move and clear the space. I like being able to move out of it and back into it. It was really exciting.
Make me feel that I can do a lot of things with my arms and with my legs. For how long? About 10 or more years I haven't stretched as much as that. Yeah. So I think it's unforgettable experience for me.
I created and I built the VR experience. After having a conversation with Jumana, I was the one that I was trying to make the translation of the general idea and the concepts and the goal that Jumana wanted to succeed.
We don't want people to start looking at details. We want simplicity, elegance. We are a creative technology studio, but we thrive with interesting collaboration. And new technology are great because they allow us to do, especially with VR, sometimes the impossible.
So a lot of the research came from sacred geometry, which came from Plato's concept of an icosahedron, which is a geometrical shape. And to us, we both thought it originally looked like a hex. It's kind of like a hexagon. We've also tapped into a lot of Laban's theories and choreological studies.
When you put on the goggles, I think your whole perception of what is happening in the space completely changes.
What we're trying to do is see how this program can challenge the way we move, and because you're in this black universe, I have no worry about how I look. Normally in dance studios there's mirrors or there's people to give you feedback on your movement, but in this program it's interesting because you can control things coming into you, things pushing things away from you, and this kind of really alters your relationship with space.
everything that the VR offers us, I'm finding new ways of using it and developing it further. So in a way, I'm not sitting down and accepting what the VR is offering me. On the contrary, I want to do more with it. So now we're thinking about what other things we can implement into it, what other technologies or what other sensors we can add on to it. I'm really looking at developing it further.
Thank you.